Hello, everyone. It is me, Asher, coming at you at. Why do I keep telling you guys what time I'm recording these videos? It's like 2:20 in the morning. Anyway, we're gonna be reacting to this video. I just saw it. Every cricket team's fan base explained the truth. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of truth to all of this, and the truth is a hard pill to swallow, especially for one, two, three, probably four of these teams that are on display. Uh, but in any case, we're gonna see what this guy has to say about every single cricket team.
India. Indian fans are dramatic.
And we start off with a very hard truth. We start off with a very hard truth. Oh my goodness. And this is coming from someone who most of his subscribers are from India.
Every single match is a 3-hour Bollywood blockbuster with more plot twists than a Christopher Nolan film.
A good example of this being the 2024 ICC T20 World Cup final. Oh my goodness, how did South Africa bottle that? Really and truly, how did South Africa bottle that? I mean, kudos to them for winning the World Test Championship this year, but last year, guys, what were y'all doing?
When they win, Virat Kohli isn't just a great player, he's a demigod, and every boundary is a divine miracle. When they lose, the country launches a national inquiry. Players who were gods yesterday are suddenly villains who need to be dropped, traded, and publicly shamed.
That is so true. That is so true. Everybody from India, every single one of you need to just shush and admit that is true.
They'll defend Rohit Sharma's captaincy like he's a close family member, then demand his retirement after one bad game.
Yes. This, this, and exactly this. Y'all do this. Y'all do this to the man so much. Y'all do that to Rohit Sharma so much. I see it on every social media that I'm on except for Snapchat because no one really follows cricket on Snapchat. I see it on Facebook. I see it on all the social medias. I see it on Twitter so much. One minute y'all are like, when they win, y'all are like, Virat, Rohit Sharma, yes, great guy, great captain, captain forever. When he loses the game, dropped, he needs to retire. He needs to retire. There is no middle ground. The type of abuse y'all subjugate, like, I don't even want to. It's toxic. That's why I think that's the best word. It's. I feel like Pete when it comes to Roy Sharma, the Indian Indian fans are just toxic towards the guy. If he's good, yeah, you're good. If he's bad, absolute shun him, exile him, trade him to Pakistan or something. That's practically what y'all do to him.
They treat the IPL like a holy war and believe every young player who scores a 30 ball 50 is the next Sachin.
Indians, there will never be another Sachin Tendulkar. Every single one of you, I will die on that hill. There will never be another Sachin. Sachin is Sachin. Everybody else is everybody else. Okay. There's only one Sachin. I mean, there probably is another one. But in terms of cricket, there is only one Sachin Tendulkar. Okay. Okay. I don't care. I don't care which other young Indian guy comes along and hits like, yeah, like he said, 30 ball 50. I don't care if they're 14 and hitting people for six off of their first ball. Y'all know what I'm talking about. No. There's only one Sachin, and there will not be another one. Whoever else comes after, that's them. Sachin is Sachin. Sachin is special. Okay? So stop being like they're the next Sachin. There's no next Sachin Tendulkar. This is it.
Indian fans don't just watch cricket, they live it, breathe it.
Yeah, cricket is to India what football is to Brazil. And by football, I mean soccer. I will forever tease Americans on that.
Australia. Australian fans are arrogant.
Yes. Yes. Okay, yes, leave Melbourne Stars fans out of it. They're good.
They don't hope to win, they expect it.
Boy, is that true. Boy, is that true, especially under Ricky Ponting. That was so true.
To them, cricket isn't a sport, it's a declaration of national superiority. They'll talk about hard but fair cricket, which everyone else just calls being a sledging nightmare.
Yeah, hard but fair. Yeah, all the all the all the terrible umpiring decisions against the West Indies in that first test. Yeah, I'm not sure how much fairness we can really put in there.
They'll bring up their 5 World Cup trophies in any argument.
Yep, two, three, four. Who won the fifth one again? Who was captain when they won the fifth one? It was Cummins. It was Cummins. No, no, yeah, it was Cummins.
Even if you're just discussing the weather. A loss isn't a failure, it's a statistical anomaly, a brief glitch in the matrix before normal service resumes.
It's almost as if they're Australia. Y'all are human beings, and in cricket, y'all are human beings. Accept it.
They still haven't emotionally recovered from the underarm incident, not because it was wrong, but because it made them look bad.
There's a lot to unpack there.
To an Aussie fan, the game isn't about participation, it's about asserting dominance, and anything less is just un-Australian. England.
Oh, this one's gonna be good. So, for those of you who don't know, I'm from the West Indies, but I support England cricket. I've been supporting England cricket my whole life. I've watched England play cricket more than I have West Indies. I have learned. Here's the thing: when it comes to England and West Indies, when it comes to England, I learn how to watch. I watch them to learn how to play cricket. West Indies, I learn what not to do when playing cricket.
English fans are pretentious. They act like they invented the game,
They did
which they did,
exactly. Well, technically, the French invented the game, but we're not going to talk about that.
and that everyone else is just borrowing it. They'll
Then, well, yeah, no, you brought it to all the colonies. Cricket is literally an international game because of colonization. In fact, let's go back a little bit. Uh, yeah, look at all of these places. All of these places were colonized by England, by the way. India was colonized. England, yeah, India, British East Indies, something like that. Australia was literally look at the names of Australia states. New South Wales. That's literally from the United Kingdom. There you got England. Pakistan was under England for a little bit. New Zealand was a British colony. Well, New Zealand and Australia used to be like one thing, but then New Zealand became their own thing. South Africa used to be a British colony that they got from the Dutch, who they themselves got from African tribes. The West Indies, about most of the West Indies is a was a British colony. Some of them are still British colonies today. That being Bermuda, Turks and Caicos, British Virgin Islands, and Anguilla. Am I forgetting another one? Am I forgetting one? Cayman Islands. There we go. I know I was forgetting something. And then you got anything that's an English speaking in the Caribbean was a British colony. So yeah. So in addition to all of that, then you have the independent countries like Bahamas, Belize, Antigua and Barbuda, St. Kitts and Nevis, Dominica, Grenada, St. Lucia, uh, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Barbados, Trinidad and Tobago, and Guyana, and well, Suriname. Well, then again, Suriname was okay. Both the Dutch and the English had Suriname, so there's that. Bangladesh, and Pakistan used to be one country, but then some bad stuff happened. We will not going. I will not talk about that. I will have a friend of mine come to the channel and talk about that. Afghanistan was Afghanistan colonized by the British? I can't remember. Nepal used to be a British colony too. And then in and then you got countries that oh yeah, and then you got Papua New Guinea and And then you got the countries that were not colonized by the British, and they are British colonies. No, wait. They were not colonized by the British, but they also play cricket. Main ones being Ireland. Ireland was colonized by the British. They're just not under the Commonwealth. I keep forgetting that. And then you got Netherlands. I think Netherlands is probably like the main one in terms of countries that were colonized by when that were not colonized by England, but play cricket pretty good.
England, and that everyone else is just borrowing it. They'll sip warm beer in the stands while lecturing you on the spirit of cricket.
Oh my god, the spirit of the game. Who else talks about the spirit of the game more than the English? Let's think about who else talks about spirit of the game. I swear it's always England.
Right before the Barmy Army starts a chant about an opponent's grandmother.
We love I love the Barmy Army, but the Barmy Army is one of my favorite things about English cricket, and and now that I'm thinking about it, the Barmy Army is probably one of the reasons why I love British people. They are funny, they are fun, they are entertaining.
They treat Test cricket at Lord's like a religious ceremony, but then lose their minds over baseball, the most un-English, chaotic style of cricket ever created.
Hmm. I mean, if they're playing at Lords, I can see the whole religious ceremony thing. As for baseball, now a lot of people have mixed feelings about baseball. Personally, I don't mind it. Personally, I like it because England scoring 800 and whatever in Pakistan, that's crazy. But then again, baseball is a two-edged sword. Like, for one, it's hard hitting, it's entertaining, probably going to score some runs, but on the other hand, you're probably not going to score a lot of runs too. For instance, baseball does not work on spinning in the spinning conditions of Pakistan. Yeah, remember that three test match series in what was it, 2023, 2024, somewhere there? Yeah, the first match it was a flat pitch and England took advantage of that very much. Harry Brooks scoring a triple century, England scoring 800 and whatever. And so there was that. But then the next two games, they were on spinning pitches, and yeah, they were absolutely demolished. And it was mainly because of those two spinners. And I'm just here like, two people cleaned up. And those two spinners, they did the same thing to West Indies as well. And basketball does not work in, where was it? Right, basketball does not work in India. Right, basketball does not work in India. It does actually not. Basketball does not work in any Asian country except Sri Lanka for some reason. I don't know why basketball works in Sri Lanka, but it does. Can anyone explain that to me? Like, why does basketball work in Sri Lanka? It doesn't work in India. It doesn't work in Pakistan. It doesn't work in Bangladesh. It doesn't work in the UAE. It doesn't work in where else? You know, it probably doesn't work in Saudi Arabia and Oman either. How the heck does basketball work in Sri Lanka? Because England do very well in Sri Lanka.
If they win, it's due to superior strategy and moral character. If they lose, it's because of the pitch, the weather, the ball, or a planetary misalignment.
It's never their fault. It's like they can't admit that the other team were just the better team that day. For some reason, they will never do that. They will never do that. If they do that, it's a disgrace. Sorry, like I look, I love English people, but yeah, yeah. This can also be. I mean, it's to a lesser extent than the Australians, but there's a level of arrogance there.
They're a walking contradiction, clinging to tradition while celebrating chaos. Pakistan.
Ooh, I want to know what they're gonna say about this country. Aside from their rivalry with India.
Pakistan fans are unpredictable, just like their team. They live
Oh God. Oh God. No. No. You didn't have to do. Okay, you did not have to do Pakistani fans like that. No. No, you didn't have to do them like that.
in a constant state of glorious, heart-stopping chaos. One
True.
minute, they're witnessing a 19-year-old nobody bowl at 150 kph and believe they've found the next Wasim Akram.
What's his name again? Shoot, it was like what's his name again? I forgot his name.
The next, they're watching their entire batting lineup collapse for 80 runs against a part-time spinner. There is no in-between. They have two moods. We are the greatest team in history, the cornered Tigers are back.
Aside from winning the Champions Trophy, at what point were they the greatest team in history? I mean, don't get me wrong, they had frighteningly strong. They had oh wait, no, didn't they win another World Cup before that? Yeah, I think they won a World Cup before then, and then won. No, wait, no, they won a Champions Trophy, a T20 World Cup, and I'm pretty sure they won a World Cup. Okay, so I guess there were three instances when they were the greatest. Actually, sorry, greatest team in history. I don't know. I don't know about that. I mean, don't get me wrong. They had frighteningly terrifying players. Yunus Khan, Misbah al Haq, Shoaib Akhtar. I don't ever want like sorry, 100 miles per hour, 100 miles per hour coming straight for your head. No, thank you.
Or, this team is a disgrace, fire everyone. They know that no matter how bad it looks, a moment of impossible genius is just around the corner. And no matter how good it looks, a soul-crushing collapse is even closer.
Yeah, like when y'all lost the final to England, or when y'all lost that final to India, or when y'all keep collapsing, or that one time when y'all dropped the one of your guys dropped a catch and made that guy like have his hands on his hips and spawned a very noticeable meme. Or there's a lot of instances, but you know it's too early in the morning for me to think about it.
New Zealand.
Okay, first of all, there better be nice things said about New Zealand fans because New Zealand's the nice country. They don't deserve New Zealand does not deserve slander.
New Zealand fans are humble.
Thank you. Thank you. Amen. Amen. Hallelujah. Praise Jesus. Amen. Hallelujah. Keep talking good. Talk to them nice.
Annoyingly humble.
They are not annoying. Shut your godforsaken mouth. They are not annoying. New Zealand people are good people. They're good people, Savannah. They're good people.
They're the nice guys of cricket.
And that's why we like them.
And everyone's second favorite team. They never get too high after a win or too low after a loss. Even when they lost the World Cup on a boundary countback, the most heartbreaking moment in sports history.
I mean, I love that moment because it was like a couple days before my birthday, so I consider that a birthday present in my case. But yeah, tough luck, New Zealand. Tough luck.
Their fans just kind of shrugged and said, "Ah, well, that's cricket." They celebrate a Kane Williamson forward defense like it's a six. They're so polite and reasonable that it's almost suspicious.
They are not suspicious. Stop this. Stop this. This is wrong. This is wrong. Look, this is the culture of New Zealand, all right? They're like, okay, New Zealand to Australia is what Canada is to the United States. That's how do you explain it. The main difference, I guess the main difference is, what would be the main difference? Oh yeah, the temperature. But look, New Zealand people genuinely they're good they good people. They're nice people. Their culture is built around Their culture is like built around respect, just like Japan. Like Japan is built around respect. New Zealand is built around respect. There's they're not trying to be sus. They're not trying to be like, gain your doing it in a way to like gain your trust and get take advantage of you. No. That's how they are. That's how they're brought like that's how they want themselves to be. Like kind of like a polar opposite to Australia, which will always be accepted because aside from some of the people, Australia has all the terrifying animals that makes me never want to go to Australia. The only time I would go to Australia is if I have like start if I have a cricket career and I want to play in the Big Bash League. Aside from that, I don't really want to mess with that country. That could like aside from that, and also probably meet the people who made Bluey, but and also meet the books. But aside from that, that's it. Maybe meet Hillsong and Planet Shakers. I don't know.
You want them to get angry, to throw something, to show some sign of irrational rage.
No, I don't. Who wants New Zealand to do? Let me know in the comments if you do you want New Zealand to do this? I don't want them to do this. I like them. I like them how they are.
But they just won't. They're the golden retrievers of the cricket world.
Okay, I don't know if that's an insult. I don't know if a golden retriever is a dog. I don't know if you're trying to call these guys dogs. They're not dogs. Okay, they are beautiful people. We love Ross Taylor here.
Happy to be there, loyal, and impossible to truly
Exactly. Exactly. Hashtag no New Zealand slander. Hashtag no Kiwi slander.
hate. South Africa.
The chokers. Well, we can't really call them chokers anymore because they actually won a final this time.
South African fans are cursed. They
That's an even better word for it. Oh my gosh. Also, I love that they included like almost every single type of race of South African here. And I'm surprised y'all put the Netherlands in this picture. Wow.
They've been forced into a state of permanent pessimism by decades of trauma. They've seen it all: rain rule heartbreaks, impossible runouts, and choking in every single World Cup knockout stage imaginable. They'll watch their team dominate the group stage, looking like world beaters, all while whispering to each other, "Don't get your hopes up, we know how this ends." They have a folder of memes ready for the inevitable semifinal collapse. Supporting South Africa isn't about hope, it's a long-term psychological endurance test.
Oh my gosh, that's so true. How many times have I seen South Africa choke? They've gotten. I mean, I feel like the curse is lifted now because they won the World Test Championship. But boy, the last time they won a thing was a Champions Trophy in 2000 and whatever it was, 2005. But man, man, did they choke. And they just kept on choking and choking and choking. Like before they won something, South Africa was the arsenal of cricket. They were like the arsenal. They were the arsenal of cricket. They were the England England football on an international stage. That's who they are. Well, like that's who they were. Because we all know England doesn't win international tournaments. They they came close twice with Southgate. I don't know. I was never convinced with Southgate in the first place. And Arsenal, every single year Arsenal says it's their year. They're gonna win the league, and they lose, and they somehow don't win the league. A good example being the past 3 seasons. Arsenal came in second, but there was no competition there. The season previous to this, Man City were not at their best. Arsenal did not take advantage. This past season, Man City, Man City, they flopped. They ended up finishing third, but they were terrible at like the midish part of the season, and like you would think that they would take advantage of that, but no, Liverpool came up. came in and won the league, and then they also lost in the Champions League, and then they also lost in the FA Cup. And that was basically South Africa. But you know what, South Africa, they've lifted their curse. Congratulations to them. They are no longer subject to. I guess they're no longer subjected to that. But then again, only time will tell.
They're not just fans, they're survivors.
Oh Lord knows they are.
West Indies.
Ooh, me being from the West Indies. You know what? I'm going to talk. This part of the video, I'm going to talk in my Caribbean accent. Um, West being a supporter of West Indies, we're expecting disappointment in Test matches and in ODIs. We are expecting disappointment, and that is it is sad, but it is true. Growing up watching West Indies, growing up watching West Indies cricket, uh, I cannot tell you the myriad of ways that that I've seen West Indies lose in the most spectacular fashion. I cannot tell you how enough West Indies managed to lose some games that they were supposed to win, and they have done, and they somehow managed to do this repeatedly, over and over and over again. I mean, I get it. Some of the teams you're playing against, they're stronger teams, but by God, by the Lord in heaven, what? Oh my God, being a West Indies fan, it can be tough sometimes. I mean, yeah, in T20s, I mean, yeah, but that's like the only thing we can that's the only good we can expect from West Indies now is T20s. And even recently, uh well, I mean, it was against England. They lost all three of those T20. They lost all three of them. Yeah, they lost all three of those T20s, but they did win against Ireland. But Ireland's a significantly weaker team.
West Indies fans are pure vibes. They're not here for the complex strategies or the 5-day grind of a test match. They're here for the party. They want towering sixes, flashy celebrations, and a DJ playing dance hall between overs.
You know what? That making sense. That's not really me, but that making sense.
Their heroes aren't gritty grinders, they're T20 mercenaries like Andre Russell and Chris Gale.
Andre Russell, Chris Gill, Devon Smith, Sunil Narayan. What's his name that recently retired? Nicholas Puran. Um, yeah. I mean, there's more. I just can't bring them to my. I just can't think of them right now.
Who treat cricket bats like weapons of mass destruction.
Especially Chris Gill.
The glory days of Viv Richards and the Four Horsemen are a distant memory.
A very distant memory, mind you. A very distant. Also, the Four Horsemen are terrifying. Viv Richards is terrifying when they're playing cricket. I'm pretty sure in real life they're very lovely people, but in when it comes to them on a cricket field, yeah, terrifying.
But the swagger never left. For them, a win is great, but a
Darren Bravo, Karen Pollard. I knew I was forgetting some people.
good time is non-negotiable. Bangladesh.
Uh, okay, Bangladesh. What can I what? I mean, if anything, they're expecting Shakib Al Hassan to bail them out. That's the only thing I can think of.
Bangladeshi fans are the most passionate underdogs you'll ever see.
You know what? Yes.
They treat every match like a World Cup final. The entire country of 107. They treat every
This one, her makeup looks very good. That's all I gotta say here. This one's good too, but this one, her makeup looks very good. Look, I know I'm a guy, and y'all might be like, "Oh my God, Asher, that's sus." Look, there's nothing wrong with compliment. Look, there's nothing wrong with complimenting women when they on their looks. Okay, just saying, there's nothing wrong with that. In fact, there's nothing wrong with complimenting a guy on his looks too. I mean, none of these. I can't really say that about any of these guys. Maybe this dude. I can't really say that so much about any of these. I mean, this guy can see the gap in his teeth. I can see the gap in this much teeth too. I'm so, I'm so, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, people in Bangladesh. I'm sorry to all the people watching this. Maybe this is why she looks disgusting. I'm sorry. And this one Loki looks emo, but it's fine. People of Bangladesh, especially to one of my best friends. I'm so sorry. I'm sure most most of the ones have almost all of the ones I've met have been very good. Have been very good people, and y'all are very lovely. Y'all have a very great culture. All of your food is spicy, even your salad. But y'all are nice people.
Every match like a World Cup final. The entire country of 170
I like that guy, by the way. The guy who comes to Bangladesh games dressed like a tiger.
million people stops to watch, and their passion is so intense, it's almost terrifying. They're known as home track bullies because their support turns their stadiums into inescapable fortresses of noise. And let's not forget the Nagin dance, a celebration so wonderfully cringy that it has become iconic.
It's not cringe. You take that back.
A win sends the nation into
I mean, at least it's not England doing the sprinkler when they won the Ashes in 2013, 2014.
a week-long
Was it 2013, 2014? Was it 2011, 2012? Y'all know what I'm talking about.
festival. A loss feels like a personal attack on their national pride. Don't you ever mess with a Bangladeshi fan online, they will come for you.
I've never had to experience this. I hope to never experience this. But I think it might. I'm going to believe him on this. Indian fans he can mess with. These guys, no.
Afghanistan. Afghan fans are fearless. They don't see opponents, they see future victims.
Even though most of the times they're the victims. Especially now.
These fans genuinely believe their team of giant killers can beat anyone, anywhere, and honestly, they're often right.
They can. They really can. They've beaten England. Who else did they beat? They almost beat India. They've beaten West Indies. Okay, they beat whoever they beat to get to the semifinals of the World Cup. Like they can. They really can.
They worship their spin trio of Rashid, Mujib, and Noor like they're mystical wizards who can turn the ball on a sheet of glass.
Especially Rashid. Although I feel like in Rashid's case, it's actually no. Rashid spins the ball.
A win isn't just a win, it's a national statement. When they beat a top team, they don't celebrate a lucky upset, they celebrate the inevitable. To them, David beating Goliath wasn't a surprise, it was just the script.
That sounds okay. You know what? I like that. I like that. Nepal fans. Aside from y'all's personal feelings towards Sandeep Lamichhane, I don't know what to expect from y'all.
Nepal fans. Nepal fans are everywhere. Seriously, they are a cricket-loving flash mob that materializes out of thin air.
Fair enough. Nepali people are very nice too. They're basic Nepali people and Bangladesh people. They are very nice people.
You could host a match in the middle of the Sahara Desert, and 10,000 Nepali fans would show up with flags, drums, and unrelenting energy. They are the undisputed champions of every online fan poll ever created.
I love the side of this. I don't know about anybody else. I love the side of this. It's like I like it. I just would not want to be in there because I'm not sure if I would be able to even get out of this. But I like this.
They're just so thrilled to be competing on the world stage that every boundary is celebrated like a World Cup winning six. They don't have a home ground advantage because for them, every ground is a home ground.
And you know what? That was the end of that video. Thank you guys so much for watching this. I'm sorry for flaming the I'm sorry for flaming some of the people in Bangladesh. I'm so sorry. If you like the video, leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Leave a comment. Let me know your personal thoughts about this. Is this true? Is this not? I'll see y'all next time. Bye. Oh my gosh. I wonder if any Bangladesh people are going to comment on this.